Rightio guys, welcome back to another video. You can see, maybe you can sort of see, we're not in the action shed. We're in my mate's shed, welding and contracting, and we're going dirt circle racing again. That's his car there, replacement for the Fairlane. It's not done yet. So I'm racing the ute again. So I'll catch you after the intro. We'll have a bit more of a yarn. Roll. We're going to put some Daihatsu back in the Daihatsu. Okay, as I said, dirt circle work. There's the ute. Yes, it's in bits. So after I swung all the rods out of it, there we go. What a unit! 5 cylinders. That's funny, eh? It then went into the ladies' race. So one of Ben's mates, Curry, put a motor and gearbox in it for the ladies' race for his daughter to run it. It also got dropped off the hoist, which is what all this damage is. This whole nose was about a foot higher. We've since pulled all that down. It proved to run pretty good then. So Benny's dad Darren jumped in it and we started playing with gear ratio. So if you have a look on the back, I don't know if you remember from the last time I ran it, I was always changing gears. So this thing was originally a 4-speed crossflow car. We put a 5-speed in it. Never changed the rear diff ratio. So I was jumping wildly through tyre size trying to get a decent final drive ratio, or roll out they call it out here. So with the 4-speed in it, we've gone to a 70 series profile tyre, and that means you can run just second gear all day. And that seems to be working. Darren was doing really well in it considering it's a crossflow, and the crossflow carby cars seem to be typically slower than the fuel injected auto cars. It was pretty competitive in it, surprisingly, for how damaged this thing is. It did do some squirrely stuff on him and put him into the wall a couple of times. So we actually bent, where is it? We bent a lower control arm, so we've changed that out now. That happened at the track middle of last year. We just never got around, never had time to replace it. And then with all the floods and that, pretty much every event's been cancelled. So the next driver up for this car was going to be my brother, but he's working. So Ben doesn't want to drive it because he'll overdrive it and break it basically. So everyone else was busy, so it's me. This car we prepped and had ready when he moved into the new shed and everything. We put the 4-post up. We pulled the front end down on this with the 4-post, pulled it back out into position, replated where it needed to be replated. There's not much you're going to do about that, unfortunately. Like the front end of this car is rooted, so it's just, we'll see how we go. But we noticed with the engine, it's just lacking a bit of life. Like, well, not a lot. It's got good oil pressure, unlike the last one. It had like 3. This has got, I think, 60, 40 or 60, something like that. It just didn't rev real hard. It's been real lazy. Pull the rock cover off and get out of the way, bud. This is the spring tension. I'm not putting a lot of force into that to turn that, and I can collapse the belt springs by hand. So those springs are rooted. So up in higher RPMs, it'd start burbling and fucking backfiring and carrying on. So I'm thinking the valve springs are so soft it's actually sucking them open at high RPM. So it's valve bouncing them, but not mechanically by vacuum is what we're getting at. So we're going to throw a set of valve springs at it. Also a double row timing chain, because it's going to live up in the RPMs, and this is the one that come out of it, and I'll see if I can lay these over the top. It was dramatically stretched, so this thing was floating timing flat out. What do we got there? We've got the bottom gear lined up there. I don't know if you can see it. And then, can you see the ball difference in there? Not really. Fucking hell, I'm doing a shit job of this. Right, let's put the good one down the bottom. Put the shit one up the top. And we'll line it all up. So, the outside gear lined up there. That's how far the chain was stretched. So, and these things, there is no tensioner in them, like that's it, they're tension for life. Also I noticed, I'll see if the microphone can pick it up, but you pinch it all together and you shake it, it's got a broken link in it. So this thing is going to fail eventually. I'm surprised it's lasted as long as it has. This was pulled out of Darren's barn. That's been sitting in the mud for God knows how long. Out of an unknown car before Darren even got it. So everything's very carbony. This crank seal's like plastic. Harmonic balance has got scoring on it where the seal sits because the seal isn't a seal anymore. But it's only a race car, so it doesn't matter. So, with the timing chain shit, we're going to throw a timing chain over and a cam. So we think the cam's a bit hurt. So we've got another cam over here. We pull out of another motor. So, we're up until today is Friday, the day before the race. Saturday's race day. I was planning to come up today because the car was supposedly ready to go, and now it's not. So I got up here a straight day afternoon, and then we were up until 2 in the morning pulling this thing apart. He was fixing race damage, trying to pull the corners of this thing out. While he was doing that, I was stripping the engine down. So to get the cam out, I've still got to pull diz, fuel pump, and all of the lifters down in this hole. This is a lifter removal tool, so that little claw on the bottom flares out to grip the circlip groove in the top of the lifter. So I've got to pull all the lifters out of this engine so I can pluck the cam out of it. It was fucking late last night and we were having issues doing it because everything's carboned up and covered in shit. I think there's a carbon ring around the end of the lifter, so that acts as a slide hammer, but you need to get it tight enough so you can slide hammer it past the carbon ring, and we're just struggling with that. So we decided to pack her up and go to bed. So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Ben's still asleep. He just finished like a massive shutdown, so he hasn't been home all that much, and we started pulling race cars apart pretty much immediately. So I let him have a bit of a snooze, and then I'll keep putting the cam in. He's still got a bit more race damage to sort out because this thing's going to crumple like a Coke can if I start pushing people. And because it's my second race, people can hit me. So if they can hit me, I'm going to be doing a bit of hitting. So he's got to put a bit of strength in the nose of this thing so I can do a bit of shoving. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I'll see if I can, my sober and not sleep deprived brain can get these fucking lifters out. There's our valve retaining tool. It's a spark plug welded to a bit of pipe with a fitting on it. I don't know how they welded brass to steel, but they did. So we'll call that, and then that's our valve spring removal tool. So we don't have the valve springs here. I forgot to pick them up yesterday, so we've still got to go out and get the valve springs to put them in this. But whatever. It was a big day yesterday. Anywho, I'm going to have another go at pulling these lifters out. Hopefully in the daylight. It's a wee bit easier because I can't see shit at night. Anyway, I'm going to get either one. We'll see. Okay, that's one out. So that's how it works. See, it's got that like fork on it. There's a little ball in there, and it pushes out into the groove in the back of the lifter. And then a little slide hammer tool pops them out. That's great for all the ones that don't have to go through a hole in the head, but there's a whole bunch that do, because as you can see, the lifter don't go through the hole. So yeah, sick. We'll yeah, do something there. I haven't come up with anything yet. Can you see the discoloration on the end of it there? That was the carbon ring I was talking about. Just varnish and shit on it, and that's what was stopping it coming out. Because you should be able to, like, they spin freely in the bores, so they should just slide out. But obviously, See the shiny bit to the brown bit? The shiny bit's where it operates. The brown bit's just floating in oil, so you don't change the oil a lot, like this engine definitely didn't have. You get varnish on shit like that so it doesn't come apart. Otherwise, I put a long pair of needle nose pliers down there and just pull them all out, but can't. Also don't have long nose needle nose pliers either, so that makes it a bit harder. So I'm going to pull out all the ones I can, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so I can do half. So the 6 that are through the holes, I might be able to, all bar cylinder 1, I might be able to sort of get a bit of a side angle on in there. But this one I can't actually see it, it's really far forward, so I don't know, I might be able to, when we slide the cam out, I might be able to like just push that manually up with my finger and stick it in there, and then we'll stick the new cam in. Anyway, I'm going to keep pulling these lifters out because it's got to come apart. It's getting late. Right, this fucking mess apart. So the cam's cooked, like we thought. Junk. The lifters are fucked as well. You should see that chip out of the edge there, and all the hard facings gone off them. Big pit in that one. So we've got another set of lifters, but half of them are stuck. So we're stripping. Stripped all of them, can't stay here. That's what's in a lifter. You've got the lifter barrel. This is a hydraulic lifter, obviously. And you've got the hydraulic piston with a spring on it. And then that's the cap that the push rod sits in. And then that's a separator plate, sort of restrictor, so it doesn't feed too much oil to the top end. So you just pop this little U-shaped clip out, pull the guts of it out, flush all the shit out of them. That's why that's brown, that's fucking fuel, so it shouldn't be that cold. A couple of them. And then get the bottom of it all clean again. So, we've got 6 of them, or 12 of them, ready to go. We can put this fucking car back together. It's like that at the moment. Rightio. It is 9 o'clock Saturday, race day morning. As you can tell, I'm dullier than a 2 AM bakery right now, but what do you do? Coffee, that'll get me through it. It was a late one, we got it back together. Ben's just finishing, we had to cut a hole in the front bar to get the cam out, so he's welding that back up. Back together runs, we've got to time it, and that should be about it. Yeah, we'll fuck around with this a little bit more. Rightio, all back together. Had a minor issue with the lifter. It dropped a piece out of it when it was in the bucket getting flushed. So that's nothing major, but starts and runs now. Still got to time it. Ben's going to get the timing light. See how we go. I think it was that one. Yep. I guess I'll have to give it a few more pumps. give it the rotary fucking prime. And cranking. Yeah. Way better. Pulley's got a bit of a knock in it, but it doesn't throw belts, so we're going to run it. If it gives us issues, we've got spare belts to straighten the pulley out on the track. We did get another pulley. It's the wrong type, so it doesn't fit. But no, that's alright. Oh, and the battery's a little bit doughy, so we don't have battery charge, so we're decanting a bit of battery out of his daily driver's battery into it. Top the radiator off. It's got a leak. We were supposed to do the radiator too, but this cam, lifter, timing set and valve spring swap sort of ate all the time up. But he's going to get the car trailer. I've tidied all the tools out of the car. I've got to put power steering fluid in it. It's got a bit of these old steering boxes, they tend to leak. Even the Fairlanes leaks a little bit. They just weep. And because this thing hasn't been raced in a while, unfortunately, with the floods and then the rains and the floods and then more rains, pert near every bloody race meeting's been cancelled. So, but it works. That's good. We've got spare. I think Burger's bringing some spare wheels out for me because I need tall 70 series on the back of that. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Clean some of the shit out of the tub so it's ready to run. I think there's a bucket full of engine oil that we didn't drain out of it, so I don't know where that come from. We're going to put the fancy rock cover on it last night, but it was like we can make it pretty or we can make it run, and I choose run, so we went with that. I'll put that there. Someone's totally not going to kick that over. So yeah, next time it says we'll be out at the track. Fuck yeah. Alright, we're at the track and it's kin hot. I'm glad fucking Benny's got this here porno on it. I already drank all of the fucking drinkable liquids I brought with me, so I'll be going to the canteen so I just stock up on water. We've timed the ute, so it's good to go, but the fucking rocket cover gasket fell out of the fucking rocket cover when I bolted it on, so it had an oil leak. So now I'm waiting for the RTV to go off on this cut. Yeah, so that's good. It's a little bit fucking worse for wear, but should be right. It's only got a whole little bit of oil in. And Burger's ute's good. We had to time it at the track. We thought the harmonic balance was spun, but we're now thinking that it's got a vernier timing gear on the crank and it's probably advanced, because on the timing light it's reading 16 degrees. So yeah. And Curry's car's down the other end of the paddock somewhere, ready to go as usual. So the whole team's here, scrutineering's happening. See how we go. This is probably going to be the last drive for Burger's car and the ute. So if there's anything wrong in scrutineering, they can just note it down in the logbook and we'll fix it next race that they don't race. Anywho, I'm going to go and pop a squat on a chair for a long time because it's fucking hot. You go? Yeah, just go around the lap. Go that way. See you over there.
As he does it as well. So number 10 number 21. stuff like my went to the room like one or 2 hours run. It's hard to tell between the weather and all over the place to be out. So one of those things I can figure out in the lead and car number 2 behind me.
Yeah, I got clipped in the quarter and we slashed a tyre. Where is that tyre? Over there somewhere. There it is. Oops. Well, hopefully it dries out a bit because fuck, I could not steer out there. Crank her up. Stop. So red light and I think car 34 over there, I think there's a no. Oh no, we have it over there, the old gate, the back gate, you just head on there. I'd say he's lost the radiator hose there. One benefit, I suppose, the breeze through that steam later would be rather cooling. Once again, car 56 minutes away, right coast, all the turns up. Turn 3 and halfway round short behind the car we've got to lose it. But there's a bit of this one smoking, that car number 102. We have good of it all day through, not right. So car number 9 is moving to the 7th spot. At the rear of the field. charge this window and it don't come out anymore. The A-fills come back. Holy. Wreck that. What are these, y'all? I'll bleed him hard.
Who?
At 21.
Is that who you hit?
Yeah. He got spun like right in front of me and we're just face to face. I don't know where to go.
Yeah, right. I don't think you hit him that hard. I think it was just... You're not going to have power steering.
Like you have north or power steering is way too
Water pump's not. Can run.
Pull the front end up.
Yeah.
Center again.
Yeah.
Back my bed is fuck.
Yeah, mate. I've got to get in there. I'll climb in at you, chain it. up, Benny. Come forward. Speak up. Hey? Yeah.
Action shed's
He never
fake.
does any of the work. There's 10 guys.
I put a cam in your car.
There's 10 guys in the background doing all the work. He never fucking does anything. It's all fake.
It's not 4-drive 24/7 over here. I don't have a brolly bitch hanging on my umbrella in the rain, alright?
He has fucking 10-man mechanical team behind it.
I wish. The fucking car would probably work.
Oh, the fuck, it's wet here.
Fuck it hell. What was that third heat?
Yeah.
Well,
that's the third heat done. And after that big front end hit, we didn't have much throttle by the looks of it. Ben's hurriedly duct taping it together to try and give me something. Daily rev about 3 grand. We're just trying to click it through gears and hope. Yeah, we'll see what we do. The car's switched cheese, it pulls to the right hard, and it doesn't like turning left either, so it's even better. But that's right, we'll get around it. We've got the feature left. Was it 20 laps, I think, to the feature? Yeah. We'll see how we go on that. So far, these 3 have been 8 laps each, and with no power steering pump now, it's a workout. And I'm hot as fuck. But oh, we'll get it done. Anyway, we'll see feature.
Oh, yep.
You don't have an 8 socket. So just nickel and diamond the whole way.
Well done.
My first toolkit had
Oh, shit.
it was made out of plastic and it come with a hard hat. But I had an 8mm in it. Come on, baby.
I'm definitely just going to pack out that accelerator cable with zip ties.
Oh, now.
Which way's on? Is that lengthened? No, we need to go this way.
Okay.
If it works, it ain't stupid. Is that lengthening or shortening this car?
I don't fucking know. It should be shortening it if you're going that way.
It had lots of adjustment.
Well,
Okay.
oh, that's probably why it's running hard. There was a block in that vacuum plug, and there isn't now.
Get a bolt off, Chris.
You might have a giant vacuum. I'll take that hose and size some.
You ain't taking that hose, I don't think.
I don't know.
Hang on.
Is that flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get full throttle.
Right, pull the bonnet forward and then run it.
Want to start this Jenny up, you think? Yeah, alright.
No, it bashed me neck.
No, I'm putting the bonnet down for you. Yep.
Please come back, Gabba. I like it.
Got a block filter.
You want some degreaser? I've got some on the back here.
Spray it out. Don't want it to go in. You'll spray it out.
I don't know where the degreaser went.
Maybe that one.
Fall out, did it? Yeah, I just put 3 litres of credit wheel in that gun. Yeah, I was just holding that, I only put about 2 in it before. I was telling it was flat.
I don't know.
I was doing a few flat loads. There's a screw of 4.5 grand. Wow!
This-
It's taken up.
This thing had only revved to 3. But I spun Corey.
Yeah, he's only bloke who can really catch.
On the hill. Come on now.
You're hanging on now, bud.
Yeah. Might actually be able to build it. How's the front end actually after I hit Corey?
I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not hitting anything.
I don't think so.
I noticed the water pump pulley's more bent.
Is it?
Yeah. She's got a shuffle on it.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Oh,
Nothing really moved. Be right.
Yeah, the gearbox, the motor moved back.
Oh yeah, it's very far back.
Yeah,
It's probably moved 2 inches.
Oh, yeah, I reckon.
It's probably punched that fucking...
I'm like, oh no, that's second, I think.
No.
And then he cut it out and it went back fucking heaps. So I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
They got in and just roll it out there and hope. Dude,
Done round here, baby.
Made it not rev up.
Definitely the throttle cable.
Real?
Yeah, it was fucking
Doesn't
terrible.
that vacuum chamber go to the secondaries up?
Yeah, but you were nowhere near full throttle. I adjusted it that much and took all the slack out of the cable.
Sick. How?
Jetro Black Sock getting a nudge from behind from car 68. There's the green and they're gone. Red light, and I'm not too sure which one caused it, but there was a couple of goings on over there in turn 3 or turn 3 and 4. To the dust settles. Planes at the front. Oh, sideways in the back straight. There, managed to click. Red light, guys. Right, hammer now.
Red light over either. The yellow one works, the red one doesn't. He had no idea, but
Okay, reforming back into position. Car number 66 back in the pole spot. And that was trying to hit number 13 Gill racing there.
Hey, Thomas.
Keep coming. Yeah, keep going. Oh, well. Put your foot on the brake, Poe. Yep. Back off.
You know you're pointing right and saying left before, yeah? Good?
Yeah.
Yo, Poe from the future. One day, actually. As you can see, I'm sort of away for work at the moment, and I've got the laptop and I'm editing the video right now. But I forgot to mention some stuff in the outro, so we're going to do that now, and then we'll jump back to past Poe, finish it up, where we have a look at some of the carnage I put on Benny's ute. So one thing, thanks Benny for letting me run his ute again and break it again, but it still runs, so is it really broken? Probably not. And also his fiance G for slinging the camera around for me. That was pretty rad. Braden for giving us a hand with the ute as well, or towards the war magic, and Darren for giving us a hand with the ute as well, trying to put the cam in it. Seemed like that was a 4-day exercise. Gill Speedway for putting on a mad event as well, which is pretty rad. Got second in the feature. Who would have thought it, eh? Little old rock crawler come rolling in a fat car and just had to stay alive to get a place. Anyway, let's jump back to Poda from the past. He can have a yarn about the car. Righto, Sunday. Picked the car up this morning. Between there. Still runs. The starter switch is all blown out. But it got me to the checkered flag. Ended up getting second in the feature, which is pretty rad. But because it's over points and the car was fucking shit most of the time, I didn't fucking win anything. So what do you do? Now, I don't know if you can see this. It's pretty fucking bent. Follow the guard. You see how like the guard's in, and then the door's out, and then the tub's in and then back out, and then sort of the same here. It's actually kinked the body through here, the ripple in the roof there, so it's crossed the whole A-pillar in, and this, you can't actually get that window net out anymore. And then I'll show you the other side. Ugh. Navigate my way around here. Here we go. You see the door pillar bowed out. There's like an inch gap there. So this whole pillar come in. That was from that big head-on collision we had. So this thing's fucking concertinaed. Pretty bad. Yeah. But it might maybe race again. Potentially. We'll see. The motor still runs. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next round when I'm working on some other back of it shit.